Hi, welcome to Tap Tech. Today we are reviewing the Osmo Action 5 Pro. Let's start with the sensor. The Osmo Action 5 Pro has a 1/1.3-inch sensor. That's much larger than what most action cameras have. A bigger sensor means better low light video. You also get a wider dynamic range and more accurate colors. Footage from this camera doesn't look overprocessed or fake. It looks natural and smooth. And just like the Osmo Pocket 3, this camera also supports 10-bit D-Log M video. That's a big deal. Most action cameras don't offer this level of color depth. 10-bit lets you capture way more shades of color. It gives you much more freedom when editing your videos. You can adjust shadows, highlights, and tones just like you would on high-end mirrorless cameras. That makes this camera a real option for professional work. I've always used cameras like the Blackmagic Pixis or Sony Alpha for my commercial and narrative content. But the truth is, sometimes the best shot isn't from a tripod or slider. Sometimes the best shot is one that puts you right in the action. That's what this camera is made for. Right now, I'm working on 2 different commercials. One is for basketball shoes. The other is for golf gear. These are both in the sports category. I'm not very experienced in filming sports, so I wanted to try something new. That's where the Osmo Action 5 Pro came in. You've probably seen those crazy POV camera setups online. People mount cameras on their heads, shoulders, or gear to get those wild shots. I've tried to recreate those with my Sony cameras. The image looks good, but the setup is a nightmare. The gear is heavy, awkward, and hard to manage. You can't get very creative with it. This camera weighs just 146 grams. It's super light. That gives you a lot of freedom. I've attached it to a golf club. I've strapped it to my chest while playing basketball. I've dunked it in water. It's small, light, and tough. And it still delivers amazing video quality. The larger sensor and 10-bit color really help. The footage looks just as good as what I get from my bigger cameras. Now let's talk about exposure settings. At first, I tested the camera in full auto white balance, auto ISO, auto exposure. No filters. Just default settings. And honestly, it didn't look bad. The camera did a good job picking settings on its own. But I wanted more control. This camera lets you shoot in pro mode. That means full manual settings. And for me, that's where the magic happens. Manual control was always the one big thing missing in action cameras. With this one, you get full control. You can adjust exposure, ISO, white balance, and sharpness. Here's how I set it up. I always shoot in 10-bit D-Log M. I lower sharpness and noise reduction to -2. For outdoor shoots, I set white balance to 5600 Kelvin. I try to keep ISO below 800 for cleaner footage. I also stick to the 180-degree shutter rule. That means I set the shutter speed to double the frame rate. So if I'm filming at 24 FPS, I set shutter speed to 1/50th. At 60 FPS, I go with 1 out of 120, but there are times when I break that rule. For fast action shots, I don't always want to shoot at high frame rates like 60 or 120 FPS. Sometimes I want a more natural look at 30 FPS. In that case, I set shutter speed to 1/120. That gives me smooth motion without needing to slow down the footage. It also avoids jitter or stutter in movement-heavy shots, but if you use manual settings, you'll need ND filters. The ND6 and ND32 are my go-to choices. They help control exposure in bright light. What's great is how easy they are to install. You just slide the filter on the lens. No twisting. No tools. Just snap it on. It's one of the best ND systems I've seen on any camera. Another useful feature is built-in storage. This camera has 47 gigabytes of internal memory. So if you forget your SD card, you're not out of luck. You can still shoot. That's a small but really helpful feature. I wish more cameras had it. Let's talk about slow motion. I don't use it often in my normal content. But for sports and fast action, it's a must. This camera can shoot 120 FPS in 4K. That means you can slow down a moment, show off a big move, and then speed things back up. It adds variety and rhythm to your edit. I used it during basketball testing, and I loved the result. I'm definitely using it in my upcoming ads. Now let's move to vlogging. I've started to vlog more lately. It helps me get out of the studio and test gear in real time. And this camera is great for that. Right now, I'm using Rocksteady mode. That's DJI's image stabilization. There's also Rocksteady Plus and Horizon Steady. These modes keep footage smooth, even if you're just walking and holding the camera. With bigger cameras, vlogging can be tricky. You need wide lenses, strong stabilization, or even a gimbal. And a gimbal is bulky. It stands out in public. This camera is small and simple. It doesn't draw attention. And it's easy to carry. It also has 2 screens. One on the front and one on the back. Both are OLED. Both are touch screens. That's huge for vloggers. I can see myself while filming. The front screen is next to the lens, so even if I look at it, my eyes don't seem off camera. The screens are bright enough to see in sunlight. And I can change settings on the go with just a tap. Let's talk about audio now. Good sound is half of your video. If the audio is bad, people will stop watching. I used the DJI Mic Mini for this test. This camera supports Osmo Audio. So it connects directly to the mic and records clean audio from the lav. The sound quality is great, and it's easy to set up. One of my new favorite things to do is vlog in the car. Now of course, be safe and focus on the road. But when I'm driving, I get ideas. I just talk to the camera and share them. If I'm using the Mic Mini or DJI Mic 2, I can even press the record button on the mic to start or stop recording. I don't need to touch the camera. That makes it much safer and easier to use on the go. Now let's talk about battery life. This might be the most surprising part of the camera. DJI included 3 batteries in the kit. But I've barely used the other 2. Not because I didn't shoot much. I used the camera a lot. But the battery lasts a long time. DJI says you get 4 hours in 1080p. I shoot in 4K all the time, and I still rarely swap batteries. Maybe once or twice on long shooting days. That's amazing for an action camera. So what's the final verdict? I love this camera. It has helped me grow as a creator. It has opened up new ways to shoot. It lets me take risks I wouldn't take with bigger cameras. I can mount it anywhere, film anything, and still get pro-level quality. I don't need to compromise. Now when I plan a shoot, I don't just list my mirrorless cameras. I think about how the Osmo Action 5 Pro can help tell the story. I think about which shots would look better up close, in motion, or from a new angle. This camera gives me a different perspective. It makes the story feel more personal. 5 years ago, I would have laughed at the idea of using an action cam in a real production. But now, things are different. The tech has improved. We now have tools that give us real creative control, even in a small package. That changes everything. And I'm here for it. If you're thinking about buying the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro, check the links in the description. They're affiliate links, so if you buy through them, it helps support the channel. Thanks if you do. If you liked this video, check out the next one too. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss new content. From TapTech, thanks for watching. Good luck with your filming. For more videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to get the latest updates.